My name is Joe Davies. I'm a Regional Councillor at the Canterbury Regional Council and I represent North East Christchurch. Regional councils will kind of piece together of environmental functions but also functions that cross district boundaries. So when you're coming into territorial authorities and district councils, what they do is kind of more on the ground roadworks in your local area, rubbish collection, libraries, swimming pools, those kind of things that are very localised. When I like to think of regional councils as what are functions that cross those districts, so such as water, which moves from the mountains down to the city, and we're responsible for freshwater management. One thing that our council has managed to put onto the agenda is a biodiversity targeted rate for Christchurch, and we're basically going to be doubling biodiversity spending in the Christchurch territory, and that's tremendously exciting for us as a council. That will definitely be a legacy going into the future. We're going to have to really come to grips with the planning around that to make sure we're not just getting urban sprawl, that it's well connected with infrastructure, reticulation, transport and the like. And that will also, while we're developing, our population's getting bigger, we're going to also start to see more effects around climate change and kind of loss of biodiversity and things like this. So it's going to be like a double whammy. We're going to have more people and kind of more, possibly more external things that we're going to have to manage. So we're going to be at the heart of that, because often the Regional Council, we're planning 10, 20, 30 years ahead. So yeah, passed the notice of motion at the end of last year around getting a policy around pets on buses into our regional public transport plan consultation. So that plan's going up for consultation around September, October, and there's going to be a policy there around getting pets onto buses. So we're going to go out to the people of Greater Christchurch and say, how do you, and actually broader Canterbury as well, and say, how do you feel about this idea of having dogs and cats and other pets on buses? So that's going to be really interesting to get the feedback. But I'm supportive of it because there's a lot of people with dogs who would like to use the bus network, and so it's going to be enabling for people. It's going to widen the kind of people who can come onto our buses, and it could just be quite positive for the city and the region. Yeah, massively important because we're trying to rebuild that culture around people knowing that they have a regional council. We really want to be front and centre when it comes to people thinking about government, so they can come to us, they can connect with us. We are a little bit in the background. People often talk about the city, they obviously talk about the government a lot, central government, but we want to be there front and centre too.